It is Flip City in Athens, Georgia, as Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs flip five-star defensive end Mykel Williams away from Southern Cal. This is an absolutely huge commitment for the Bulldogs, as Williams is one of the top overall defenders, not only in Georgia, but in the entire country. About 6'5", 265, has been incredible this year as a senior, was one of the top players in the entire state last year as a junior. And again, one of the top edge defenders in the nation, committed to USC, I believe in mid-June. Of course, they fired their head coach, Clay Helton, in September. And I was told that even before they fired Helton, that he was very weary of his commitment to Southern Cal. I think they kind of stopped keeping in touch with him a little bit a few weeks after he committed, thought he was already on board, and they kind of stopped showing him a little bit of love. So this was, in the making for a while now. He's fresh off his official visit to Georgia this weekend, and after speaking with sources earlier this week, we knew that this was definitely coming. We had a feeling it was coming for a while now, but earlier this week was when we were told, hey, it's going to happen, and be ready for it. So if you're on Dog Post, this is no surprise whatsoever. I've been hinting that this was going to be happening for a while now. So if you're on the site, you knew this before all your buddies, and I'm sure they're having a good time now. But this is a big, big deal. Georgia is loading up defensively again, and a lot of it has to do with their play on the field. These guys are seeing this Georgia team play in person, and this defense is going nuts. Florida just lost one of their biggest commitments this morning, actually. Shamar James, a four-star linebacker, after visiting Georgia this past weekend and seeing how fast and explosive and how deep and talented this Georgia defense is and how much they're being developed. These coaches know what they're doing, and we're seeing Georgia just rise towards the top of the list for a lot of these recruits out there. Again, it's Flip City right now. This is what Kirby Smart and the staff do. This is what they do best. They get guys on campus, and boom, they leave, and Georgia is the team to beat. Now, they didn't get Luther Burden earlier this week. Had to be a family decision there. There's no real logical or business decision to stay at home and play for Missouri instead of coming to play with Georgia. But Mykel Williams, easy decision for him. They don't have a head coach at Southern Cal, so he basically had to open up things, and Georgia almost got his commitment earlier in the spring. I believe it was in March, where I thought back then that Georgia was going to land him. I think I had a story ready and one of these YouTube videos made because we definitely thought it was coming, but instead it came today, just a few days after his official visit, and he quickly becomes one of Georgia's highest-ranked commitments in this 22 class. They have Tyree West, a defensive tackle inside, Carlton Madden Jr., a three-star edge guy, outside linebacker on the edge, maybe his hand in the ground. So he's kind of a versatile guy who could play either one. So is Darius Smith. That's your Adam Anderson type, 6'6", long, athletic, 225, 230 guy who can run. He's another outside linebacker edge type. So Mykel Williams is not that. He is bigger, he's heavier, he's going to have his hand in the ground, and he's going to get after the passer. That's what he does. I think I've got stats here from his senior season I'll roll off in a minute. But as far as comparing him to, some recent Bulldogs, I think he gets after the passer like Azeez Ojulari. He's bigger and heavier, especially coming out of high school, than Azeez was. But he uses his hands really well. He's got length. He can get off blocks from these longer, more athletic offensive tackles that otherwise can dominate guys. No one's dominating Mykel Williams. He's beating the best of the best. He absolutely destroyed Elijah Pritchett, I believe, another Columbus kid. They went up against each other. They're in that region, and Mykel Williams destroyed him, from what I heard. And Pritchett is obviously going to Alabama, so I think Georgia fans are going to love to see that matchup in the future one day. But so far this season, as a senior, 45 tackles, 17 and a half tackles for loss, 10 and a half sacks. That's in 5-6 games, I think. I mean, he's getting to the quarterback often. That's just what he does. And I can tell you, when I go watch these guys, it's hard to really see them make a lot of plays because the offense, especially in this case, if you're watching defensive end, the offense doesn't go his way. They don't drop back a lot and give these elite pass rushers an opportunity to change the game and force a fumble, make a big sack, whatever. So even when they run the ball, they're not running it his way. He's going out and he's, going to get the ball carrier. He's going after the quarterback. They're not coming his way. He's going out there and making these plays in spite of them changing their offense to try to take him out of the game. He's the quarterback's worst nightmare, man. He really is. So going back to comparisons, it got off track a little bit there, but Trayvon Walker is a guy, he's a little, I don't want to say shorter. He is probably shorter, but he's a little leaner and lighter as well. I think Trayvon got to Georgia about 275, 280. Super uber athletic, Trayvon Walker, for his size. I don't know if Williams is going to bring that element there. But he's a guy who can play on the edge and move inside like Trayvon Walker. He can close those rushing lanes. He can get after the passer like he does. He's not as big, and I think he's more of a true defensive end that maybe could move in and play inside, where Trayvon Walker can kind of do a little bit of both right now. And maybe Williams could in the future, but I think size-wise, he's between Azeez Ojulari and Trayvon Walker. He's got the versatility of Walker, I think, the pass rush of Azeez Ojulari, but physically, I mean, it's easy to see. When you go watch Mykel Williams play, he passes the grandma test, the girlfriend test, where you can ask them, hey, who's the kid going to Georgia? And they're like, that guy right there. And that's Mykel Williams. So I'm excited to go watch him play in person, I think next Thursday on the way down to Jacksonville. But I've seen him in camps going through drills, and he's that dude. He's fluid, he has really good footwork, and he moves well laterally for a guy 265 pounds. So he gets after it. He's quick off the ball. Just watching the film, he's destroying kids. He's leaving bruises when he hits them. And he really is the total package. There's a reason he's a 5-star. There's a reason I have him ranked, I believe, as the number 3 player in the entire state of Georgia. He's that good. He is a tremendous talent, and he's a guy that Georgia's been after for a while now. I know they were a little disappointed when he did originally commit to Southern Cal, but in the back of their mind, they knew that they had a shot with him the whole time. The entire defensive staff, along with Del McGee, who used to coach high school in the Columbus area. He's got a lot of ties to Columbus. He did an excellent job making sure that Mykel is being brought on board. So a monster 2 weeks of recruiting. They got Oscar Delp, I believe that was last Wednesday. And then they got Ali Ball, the offensive lineman who flipped from Florida State earlier this week, the offensive lineman. Now Mykel Williams, and they're not done. I can clearly say that to y'all right now. It will continue to be flip season for Georgia, probably for the next few weeks, maybe a few days. We'll see when these guys actually come out and make their decisions public. But there are quite a few big name, talented guys who are seriously thinking about choosing Georgia in the end, probably sooner than later. So for all the latest on that, make sure you're on Dog Post. I'm throwing up recruiting nuggets left and right, stuff that I can't put on here, stuff that I can't put on Twitter and social media, but on the site I can, and y'all can sign up today at an amazing price. Georgia's number 1 in the country. They might be the number 1 recruiting class in the country. And of course, if you're not on Dog Post, you're going to be missing a lot of stuff. So thanks for watching this video. As always, stay tuned to Dog Post for the latest. Head on over there to read more about Mykel Williams and the rest of the 2022 class. Thanks for watching this video. As always, stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I will see you over on the website.